Okay.
There we go. We are live. Facebook, hi. For all of you at home, all of you that swarm in to here live every week to watch. Not really. We are here again. This whole thing was created so that you can share this with military veterans, family, first respond. Let's help heal people who go through a lot of trauma. You know, we've all gone through trauma with the pandemic, but our military and our veterans are out there suffering. And so this show is being live streamed and it's done by military veterans. Then once in a while we have a guest spot we call the Bob Hope guest spot to honor people who care about the military, have served jokes to the military, or are military family members. And today we have Carolyn Minson out of the New York area who is coming on in the Bob Hope guest spot because she has a son who's currently serving out in the Middle East. So I'd like to start the show off by welcoming you to the show and letting you know that the Veterans of Comedy have our back. They're behind this show. And soon the Wounded Warrior Project is going to be streaming in stuff of ours to their members, which is going to be awesome to add. And so let's give it up for the Veterans of Comedy and Wounded Warriors. You guys, let's give it up for them. Can I hear some clapping out there? Thank you. We are alive. Yeah, this is going to be something else, you guys. I'm never giving up on it. So if you want to know who our performers are today, you can look at the chat for how to follow them. I'll be introducing them the way they'd like to be introduced. And yeah, turn it on. That's not the speaker. I'm telling you, when you get me near these buttons, anything can happen. So let me just see here. I don't know. There we go.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. So the veteransofcomedy.com is where you want to go, you folks. That's where I left off here. You want to go to the veteransofcomedy.com if you're looking to hire anyone to serve up jokes who has also served in the military. Veteransofcomedy.com. Yep, that's right. That's what I said. So kick back in your easy chairs, you lazy boys and girls, and have some fun while we entertain you the best we can. Are you ready to start the show, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Let me do my shtick, and then I'll give it over to the other performers here. So a little bit about me. I am not a conspiracy theorist. I'm not. I'll tell you what. Who likes conspiracies? Anybody here?
Woo!
I don't. You know, it's okay. Whoever thinks what, you know, I don't get into it. I hate to argue. I just hate it. I grew up where everybody was arguing all the time. I hate to argue. So when anybody tells me that the Holocaust didn't exist, you know what I do? I do the unthinkable, Carolyn.
What?
I mess with them and tell them, oh, yeah, you're right. It didn't, the Holocaust didn't exist, but the other Holocaust did. So you have to out conspiracy theory them. That's the way to do it. So yeah, I come from a crazy town. I like to call it the Upper West Side of the US map. Oregon, Portland to be specific. Portland is a weird place. When I grew up, it was quiet and serene. I used to have to go on a really slow trolley all the way downtown to shop fast. Okay, shop, lift, fast, whatever. I was really good. Have you ever been so good at something, Brian, that you had to quit? Oh my gosh, I had to stop. I went back to the store when I realized it was wrong. And I said, what can I do to make it right? I've been stealing lipstick and makeup. And they said, do me a favor, just don't come back. Yeah. So I didn't go back. Nobody wants an ankle bracelet. Yeah. And then fast forward in Portland in the 70s, I became a wanted woman, David. Not the kind of wanted you'd think. Found out I was wanted at the post op. It was so weird because I wasn't wanted for shoplifting. It was a poster. It was Uncle Sam, you guys. He wanted me. He really wanted me. I couldn't resist. I'm a boomer. We weren't taught to say no to men. I can't help it. I went in the military. I joined the Army. Thank you, Carolyn. And they put my little half Jewish self in the middle of Deutschland, of all places.
Really?
They should have checked my record. Am I right? Oh my gosh. I got there and I was one woman among 2,000 men. I'm 70 years old, David. Do you know that's why I'm still smiling? I was one woman with 2,000 men. It was a time of my life. Yeah. I took my job really seriously too, Carolyn. They made me a cashier. Flashback to being a little bit Jewish. You know what bothered me about being a cashier in Germany? Is that half the time you're not counting the money towards yourself, you're counting it out. It's just not exactly what I wanted to do. How about everybody else? We're going to bring it to us. Yeah. Yeah, I got out of the military, but when I was in, see, people ask you, oh, you're kind of a novice if you were in the military and you're a woman. They say, were you injured when you were in? I served during the Vietnam era, 73 to 76. And people say, were you injured? No, I went to Germany. I was mostly just yodeling in the Alps, guys. But one day, my lieutenant was cleaning his weapon. He didn't know there was a bullet in the chamber, and it went off right by me. So I get to say I did dodge a bullet.
Literally.
Literally dodged that bullet, Carolyn. One time I got lonely in Germany and I wanted to call my parents, but they were divorced, So you can't call that often when you have to call twice as much as normal families. So I called my parents up and I said, Mom, Dad, because they were divorced. Hey, how you doing? Yeah, I'm over here in Germany. Yeah. Guess what I'm doing? I'm out drinking the German soldiers. Yeah, I can drink more beer than them of their own dark German beer at a beer fest. Isn't that hello? It was really more like, hello, Mom, hello, Dad, because back then the phones were bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I got back to America, and now my life is about doing comedy for the military and veterans. And anytime I'm making them laugh or forget whatever so we can sling jokes in English, I get tingly from the top of my fake bouffant hairdo down to my toes. I get tingly making the military laugh because I keep finding a GI spot. That's my clean version. You're welcome. Oh my gosh, you guys, we have a great lineup for you today on the military to the Veterans to Military comedy show. Clean comedy only. Our first comedian coming to the stage, I adore. He's a Kansas City Chiefs fan. I won't hold that against him. And he is a grandfather. He is a veteran, and he is a proud member of the Subway Rewards program. Welcome to the stage, my friend and soon to be yours, David G. Scott. Yay!
Thank you, Linda. You give me the best introductions that anybody has ever given me ever. Thank you. You're very kind. Yeah, here's Here's a news flash. I'm old. Yeah, old age is the unfortunate side effect of not dying. Sorry. People ask me, do you still have long-term plans? And I say, yes. My long-term goal is to have my life and my 401k run out at the same time. Yeah. I want my last check to bounce. And I have all the signs of old age. I occasionally get the day of the week from my pillbox. Huh. Look at that, it's already W. Seems like just yesterday it was F. Where does it come? And I don't worry about the long-term effects of anything. The other day I was reading an article about the long-term effects of cell phone use on the, I don't care, not my problem. And I hurt my elbow, but I didn't want to wait for Tommy John surgery, so I got Jimmy John surgery. It was freaky fast. Yeah, everything worked fine, except now my elbow smells like a turkey Tom sandwich
Ooh.
with pickles and onions. Like it.
Ew.
And I've started ending conversations with my children with "I love you," because let's face it, at this point, every conversation is potentially my last conversation. The other day I was on the phone with my daughter. You know, the conversation, I said, "I love you." He said, "I love you too." And just for fun, I said, "I love you more." And she said, "I wouldn't be surprised." And I try to go to venues that cater to my demographic. There's a new one in Kansas City. It's not a biker bar or a country western bar. It's a fiber bar.
Fiber bar.
Yeah, it's nice. They all the tables are wheelchair available. The little Barry Manilow playing in the background. It's nice. They have a limited a la carte menu. They do have tapioca, broth, pudding, basically anything that can be eaten with or without teeth.
Mm.
At the bar, they have a full complement of herbal tea, vitamin water, but their signature drink is Jello shots made with lime Jello and prune juice.
Mm.
Yeah, they call it the shooter.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Here's just some random thoughts you might enjoy. If you ask for change at the dollar store, they just give you a different dollar. I was at the dollar store the other day. I gave the lady a $50 bill. She pulled out a counterfeit pen. And I said, "How do you know the pen isn't counterfeit?" What? I said, "What you need is a pen to determine whether or not the counterfeit pen is counterfeit." She said, "What are you talking about?" I said, "You need a counterfeit pen. She didn't say anything, so I kept going. I said, "Then you'd need a pen to determine whether or not the counterfeit pen were counterfeit." She still didn't say anything, so I kept going. I said, "You would need a counterfeit pen. Finally, she looked up and said, "Here's your change, Sparky. Now get out." Which upset me because my name is not Sparky. I'll conclude with this. This morning, I found a spider in my sock drawer. Very disturbing because it belonged in the spider drawer.
Hmm.
And there you have it. Thank you all. Thank you, Linda. Thank you all.
Thank you so much, David G. Scott. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. As usual, isn't he great, you guys? Give it up for him. Yeah. Now coming to the stage, somebody who's graced our stage many times here. He's the author of The Liquor Store Chronicles, which you can find everywhere good books are found. Brian Barbecue.
Thank you. Yes, you can find my book anywhere good books are found, even though my book is not good. That's the scam. It's awesome. Thank you very much for having me, Linda. Linda was awesome. How about a hand for David too, as well? Not just saying that because I'm wearing his winter jacket right now, but this is it's so cold. I work in a museum and the heat is not working right now. It's like 59 degrees in here. It sucks. Like I like my museum job, but I do and I don't. Like people ask me like all the time, like, oh my God, is it like that movie Night at the Museum? And it's like, hell yeah, I fall asleep during that too. So yeah, it's sort of similar, but I wear like many hats, not just the one I'm wearing. I have a lot of jobs, like freelance jobs. It's the economy, right? I also work for a newspaper. It's a lot of boring, like local town interest type stuff. But I did this interview with an artist recently and I interviewed him and it was in the paper. It made the front page. Woo, nailed it. And the artist really liked it. He sent me a message when he saw it in the paper and he's like, hey, this is really good. You should be a writer. And I was like, I did. And then you read it. And that's why we're having this conversation. All right, too much. Let's go back into it. I haven't always been crushing just this virtual stage. I've been bombing for years and years now, and it's been going great. I was thinking about this recently. This happened like 6 years ago, but it's been on my mind lately. I did this show one time, and it was on a bar that was on a roof. So this is before COVID, so this was not a cool situation. This sucked. I walked into the wrong entrance and set off the fire alarm to a different business. And I just walked out, went into the right business, went on stage. I was bombing. This couple started like heckling me. It was bad. The guy was drunk. The lady was drunk. And I did what any hack would do. I asked the guy what he did for a job. I was like, yeah, I'll take him down a peg. I'm like, what do you do for a living? And then his wife, this is where it gets intense, then shushed him and said, he delivers Frito-Lay's products for a living. And I was like, awesome. And just being innocent me, all I did was ask was, oh, does that mean he gets free Doritos? And I'll never forget what she said because it was the most confident thing I ever heard. She was just like, hell yeah, he does. It was like, what? You never filled the bathtub up with Doritos and had a spa day? Amateur. I don't know how this joke will hit. We're all in different age demographics. Let's say that. I was hanging out with my much younger brother. Like I'm 32, he's 15. So like, you know, one of us is a mistake. Either way, I was hanging out with him. I love my brother. I have a Super Nintendo still. I'm going to brag a little bit. I was raised in the 90s. I have a Super Nintendo. I was showing him a game. My 15-year-old brother goes, oh, this is so easy. I could probably beat this. And I'm like, yeah, because you have the internet now. That's not how it was like when I was a kid or when y'all were younger and stuff. Do you remember beating a video game? You had to be the biggest nerd, what? And buy a magazine. Like, oh, I need to beat Pokemon on my Game Boy. I better buy a $30 magazine. Or if you were poor like me, you had to wait until like an older boy with a rat tail came over and showed you how to beat Super Mario Brothers. You know what I'm talking about? You didn't get it either. It's fine. I just how are we doing? I have one more time for one more. I just bought a new car. I've always had crappy cars my entire life. I've been a delivery driver most of my life too, working like for pizza places and selling wings. So this is how crappy cars I've had. I had a Ford Contour one time while I was on a delivery. The engine exploded. The timing belt unraveled, and I was so distraught. I pulled over and ate my delivery. It was the best shift of my life. But I still like delivery, even though I did it a bunch. Like I remember I was hanging out with my friend the other day and I was literally like, hey man, I'm gonna order some Chinese food. Do you want anything? And he said to me, yeah, do you have a menu? Like who needs a menu for Chinese food? Just tell me the thing you want. I'll figure out the battleship number. We'll get it accomplished. Like General Tso's chicken. Like, yeah, I'm pretty sure they have that, Jay. But here's where the story becomes unique. I ordered Chinese food, extra crab rangoons, all that stuff. And this never happened before. I called, I ordered, and they never showed up. They just never showed up at my delivery. I didn't pay or anything. I didn't call them either. We just both called the line in the sand, like, let's not do this. It's a mistake, but whatever. You know, you dim some, you lose some, you guys. All right, that's it for me. You guys were super duper fun. Thank you very much. Enjoy the rest of your show, and thank you, Linda, for having me.
Oh, thank you so much. Oh my gosh. That was Brian Barbecue. Oh my gosh. Follow him on social media, Brian Barbecue, and something else on Instagram. What are
At
you?
Daddy Pork Chops.
Daddy Pork Chops on Instagram. Yeah, man, that's right. David G. Scott, cleancomedy.com. And now coming to the stage, she doesn't get to talk till I do her intro. I'll get you off there, Brian, one little second. She has a son that is serving presently, and that's why Carolyn Minson is our Bob Hope guest spot today. This is her intro. She says she is a comic and actress, has performed at the Greenwich Village Comedy Club, Saturday Live, gave up Drug Dealer on the season premiere of FBI Most Wanted, and she is the most unbalanced woman in comedy, Carolyn Minson.
Woo!
Hi, everybody. This is my offspring, my son.
Woo!
Yeah, he's one who's currently serving in the Middle East right now. Okay,
What's his name? Thank you
His
for
name-
serving.
my son is First Lieutenant Wesley Minson. Thank you. Thank you. And basically, as you probably guessed right now, like I am a proud Army mom. And, you know, when people find out that my son is serving, they say stuff like, oh, thank you for your son's service. And, you know, I feel really awkward about saying you're welcome. Like, I didn't do anything. I just loaned him my uterus for like 9 months. He was behind in his rent, so I evicted him. He was a squatter. It was time. Look, in my house, I teach responsibility early because that's the kind of mom I am. I mean, hey, my husband, what's his face? Yeah, he traveled for work most of their childhood. So, you know, I worked 2 jobs. I was mother and father. So excuse me for preparing them for life. But by 6, my kids were cleaning the house. By 7, cooking chicken cordon bleu. Yeah, with bechamel sauce, baby. You know, 8, rotating tires, changing oil, parallel parking. Yeah, by 10, he got his first speeding ticket. Yeah, so we did some jail time, but you know, I bought him some ice cream, so it was cool. You know, fast forward into the future, I am filming a TV show. Now, all us actors are like chatting about their families, and I mentioned that my son is in the Army National Guard, deployed to the Middle East. One of the background actors said, "Dude, Middle East? Where's that? Is that like in the middle of the East?" Like, no, we're at war. There's a war? Wow. Why do you go there? He likes sweating his butt off in an iron tank. It doubles as a sauna. Yeah. He has a thing for women in burqas. It's the mystery, you know? And it's so hot over there, you could fry eggs on tanks. So right now, he's cooking huevos rancheros for all the little camels. Cool, man. I'd like some eggs. I'd like mine scrambled. Like, yeah, well, you seem pretty fried. Fun fact, he's a social studies teacher who moonlights as a background actor. So if you're wondering why the kids are dumbing down, start with the actors who are teaching them. My son had a drill sergeant from hell, straight out of Full Metal Jacket. I mean, like, he was the only recruit who wasn't scared. Minson, why aren't you shaking in your boots like these 5 other young maggots? And I was like, sir, you don't know my mother. He put me on stage dressed like Little Orphan Annie. I was 19. He was so cute. And what mother wouldn't let her son explore his feminine side? I mean, if he grew up to be a little like, no, he could decorate my house. Sir, she announced to a crowded restaurant that my sister got her first training bra. Hey, I was proud of my daughter. What's a little public humiliation? It builds character. Works for me. Sir, she gives nervous breakdowns to IT guys when she can't turn on her computer. She almost started a war with India. War? Look, oh no. Look, I'm an idiot when it comes to computers. I admit it. Tech support is my lifeline. But I had to deal with, I'm very sorry, Mom. I erased your hard drive. I can't come over to fix the problem I created. I'm in Mumbai, India. Please, Mom, breathe. Smoke a hookah. I'll send you some good hashish. I'm like, yo, Rajesh. Excuse me, Mom. My name is Matthew, like Matthew McConaughey. All right. I'm like, hey, your name isn't Matthew, and you told me to turn the power on with my hand inside the wiring. You said it was safe. You almost electrocuted me. What kind of an idiot do you think I am? The American kind? Says, son, if we send you to the Arctic Circle and your mama follows you there, she might get eaten by a polar bear. Sir, you don't understand. She would eat the polar bear and make a coat out of it. You call this basic training? This is a vacation. She's just not a psycho, she's the psycho. Okay, wait. Look, I am a nice mommy. I make homemade ice cream and cookies, okay? In high school, a student threatened to blow my son's head off with a gun. Oh yeah. I ran in like SEAL Team 6, unleash an epic case of whoop ass, not just a 6-pack. Yo, schmucko, mess with my kid, I am the Jersey mama. They will never find your body. There's only room for one psycho in this town. Me. Now shut up, give me the gun and I'll give you some ice cream. Thank you. I'm Carolyn Minson, and yes, I am a proud Army mom. I love my son. See the guy here? Yes, look at this face. Look at that face.
So it's First Lieutenant. And
First
what's his
Lieutenant Wesley Minson. He's at 104th Cavalry.
104th Cavalry. Wow.
Yeah.
We salute you. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much for serving our country at this time. Is that right, guys?
That's my boy. Yes.
This was a great show. I know it's short, but I don't know how to plan my schedule any better than I did this week. So we did
I
it.
appreciate you doing this. This is a good thing that you're doing. You can share it with the other veterans and wherever this can be seen by our military personnel.
Yes. Are you going to send it to your son?
If you send me the link, I'll send it. Now, whether or not he, hey, listen, when he was commissioning, and I was friends with a number of his fellow, cadets on Facebook. They all called me Mama Minson. So when I showed up at the commissioning ceremony, they're all dressed in their dress blues. And they're like, "Hey, Mama Minson, how you doing?" And my son was doing this. His commanding officer had to literally give him a command to take a picture with me. He said, "Minson, you're taking a picture with your mother now. Understand, this is an order. It is a direct order. I've got the photographer here. No, I want several pictures. She gave birth to you. She raised you. You owe her pictures. Is that all she's asking for you from you? You get her pictures now."
I love this guy that did that. Oh my gosh. You guys were so awesome. Once again, the lineup was me, Linda Marcus Smith, David G. Scott of David G. Scott Clean Comedy, Brian Barbecue, OMG, and then also Carolyn Minson as actress and comedian, our Bob Hope guest spot mom of First Lieutenant Wesley Minson of the 104th Cavalry. Thank you guys for putting up with this. I left you up longer because I forgot to change the spotlight to myself. Thanks, you guys. Love you all. Come back. It works like AA, I guess. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Love you.
Bye.